Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Pick and Roll Show on the Board YouTube channel, presented by FanDuel. For today's episode for Wednesday, November 20th, we've got 8 NBA games to go through. We're going to be breaking them all down. We're going through some free picks with my co-hosts here, PipsNBA, all the way out in Croatia. So if you guys are ready for today's episode, smash that like button. Help drive us up in the YouTube algorithm. Bring this show to some new people. We'll gather some new people for the audience here, and those people can contribute to the chat and the Q&A portion that we get to once we're finished going through all 8 of the games today. Send in your questions, send in your bets for the day. You can send them in now, and I'll queue them up and have them ready for later on in the show. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you're subscribed so you catch all of our episodes weekday mornings, 9:45 a.m. Eastern Time. We're going to jump straight into things today because Pips has a bet ready to go. It involves his Houston Rockets, and it involves their matchup today as they host the Indiana Pacers. Pips, let's go over to you right away for this one.
Yeah, this is Tyrese Halliburton. His numbers this seasons are not great. It's minus 130 on FanDuel. That's the lowest I will go on under points, but
points.
there are better lines to shop around for this one, but still available on FanDuel as well. His numbers this season, like he averaged 16.1 points. Yeah, that's like he's not playing well. His shooting splits are terrible. But even if you look at home he kind of scored 16 plus in every single game, averaged 20.8 points, shooting better, so kind of doing well at home. But away games, 12.6 points average. I read some of the reports of Pacers media, that he struggles with back injury, and then when he travels, that it bothers him. I don't know, is there anything, but the numbers are kind of confirming it.
Yeah,
So
I saw those.
Yeah.
So if anybody's wondering about the splits, he's way better at home, and not confirmed, but the theory is that the travel takes a heavy toll on his injured back, which is why he performs poorly away from home. So he is away from home today. Yes, keep going.
Yeah. So the shooting splits, I'll actually go ahead and check.
While you're checking, I'll just mention this has moved on FanDuel. It's now 17.5. However, 18.5 is out there. So the official play is under 18.5 points, good to minus 130. I'm seeing minus 120 and minus 125. Minus 125 widely available, but minus 120 also here.
So interesting, very interesting stuff. He has 60% true shooting at home, which is above league average, and 42% on away games, which is probably the worst in the league. 30% shooting at away, 20% from three, really struggle. And now he gets to play the Houston Rockets. They are kind of okay defending pick and rolls, like ball handlers, like they are average. They adjust to the opposing player, but overall, he should be in jail against Dylan Brooks, Amen Thompson, and Eason. I don't know, probably Eason and Siakam, but he should see a lot of Fred VanVleet, Dylan Brooks, and Amen Thompson. All three are really capable of stopping Tyrese. And I do think, like, even before the injury, but after the hamstring injury last season and this season as well, he really struggles to create his own shot, like out of isolation or stuff, against athletic wings, defensive players. Like he really struggled to create. He can get them on the first step. He can beat them off the dribble. And Houston Rockets, like, there are so many these kind of players on the roster to put on Tyrese. He should be in real trouble. Also, I could see this being a potential blowout. Pacers are not playing well. Houston Rockets defense should lock the shit out of them. So, and then they can't defend anything. I don't know how they stop Şengün tonight. If they send any bodies on him, won't end up well for the Pacers, who really struggle on defensive end. I looked into betting Şengün, but the line is set crazy. Great matchup for him, but Tyler is questionable. I would like this more if Tyler is playing because I'm then sure they will let him single coverage. Then Şengün would cook him. But this way, I don't know. Like it's really difficult to bet on Şengün when the line set this high, and we don't know if they send double or not. Fred Van Fleet got line moved from 14.5 to 18.5 for this game. So yeah, everyone like bookies are kind of. I sent you the thing about Pacers uh, and high usage players going over like
Yes.
90%
Yes.
of
Yes.
the time. These lines are showing a bit of an adjustment
Okay.
of for example, we have Jalen Green 10 straight games under this line, and they still keeping like 21.5, some 22.5 as well. So they are like, okay, like we need to protect ourselves from overs against the Pacers. So
Yep. I
not
mean,
beside.
makes sense. They saw R.J. Barrett put up 39 and went, "Okay, we gotta do something about this." And well, it may not
Yeah.
just be the books adjusting; it may be bettors adjusting, and then therefore the books are reacting to that to the action there. Michael asks quickly here if you would take 17 and a half at minus 105.
I'm sticking with 18.5 for this one.
Okay.
Uh,
Because this one's moving though,
yeah.
would 17 and a half not be a play for you at any price? Well, reasonable price.
Yeah, I don't think so. Maybe like 31.5 points, rebounds, and assists is better than
Okay.
this. Yeah.
All right. Makes sense. Yeah, moving quickly here. So hopefully the live viewers were able to cash in there. I checked in a few places and found it available. So 18.5 was up there. So live viewers, that's why you got to catch the show live. Before we go into the rest of the games today, let's give a word here to our presenting sponsor on the channel for the season, the FanDuel Sportsbook. FanDuel's a fantastic book, offers you great prices. A lot of times they have the best in market, which is where we place the official bets on the show. And to take it even further with FanDuel this season, America's #1 sportsbook, they want you to catch all the action with League Pass. Right now, they're giving everyone 3 months of League Pass, and all you have to do to access that perk to catch every tip-off and buzzer beater this season is place any $5 bet on the NBA. With your betting, you can follow along those picks live and add to the excitement. And on top of this, for a limited time, new customers can bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. So next time you're making your own official play, or maybe you're telling one of the official picks on the show, bet it on FanDuel and watch your picks come to life live with League Pass. Just visit FanDuel.com/board, BOARD, to get 3 months of NBA League Pass, courtesy of FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the NBA. Must be 21 plus and present in select states for candidates in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino, or 18 plus and present in DC. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued with non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expires 7 days after receipt. After 3 months free trial, the full price of League Pass will be automatically charged monthly. Cancel anytime. No refunds, term restrictions, and embargoes apply. Limit 1 pass per customer. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut or visit mdgamblinghelpline.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts, or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York. Let's go to the other games that we've got on the board here today. Go to the top of the board. Started off with the Tyrese Halliburton play in the Rockets and Pacers matchup. Let's talk now about the Chicago Bulls and the Milwaukee Bucks. The Bucks still dealing with a little bit of turmoil, but an opportunity to grab a much-needed win here. -8 favorites at home against the Bulls. Is this an accurate spread? The Bulls haven't been great this season either, really.
I mean, they beat them earlier this season, so yeah, there is something there. Uh, Overall, I think they should be able to hang on. I think that's like
Yeah.
they should be able to hang on.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, they can't stop Lillard and Giannis. That's of the books, but they can score a lot on the other side. That's how I see it. Like I even like think like this line 238. I think I bet to 35 to 36 last. yesterday. It's over. This now a bit better line. I do still lean over like high space without being able to defend Giannis and Lillard. Let me just check the first game of the season. I think it was like huge monster number. It was like 260, I think. Let me just check quickly. They played second game of the season. It was 255. Bulls
Wow.
scored 133 and won by 11.
Wow.
So yeah, I do think they'll have massive trouble defending against these Bulls. They run at you. They have Kobe White, Zach LaVine, Vucevic, and Ayo Sumu. So yeah, I don't think they will struggle to defend these guys. But on the other side, I do think both Lillard and Giannis will be pretty unstoppable in this one.
Yeah. Any bets for this one, matchup wise? You like anything? It's be high scoring, so that an opportunity to take a stab at an over here.
Yeah, will bet. Uh, I'm just thinking about two different positions.
Mm-hmm. It's one of the higher scoring, like the higher overrunners I've seen this season.
Yeah,
I know
let's
they've
do
come
this.
down this season, but that's really high.
Let's do this actually. Uh, just a second, I'm looking into stuff. Let's
No worries.
do Giannis 30 plus and 10 plus rebounds. Big same game parlay. We're betting big same game parlay this one.
Mm-hmm. 30 plus points, 10 plus rebounds for Giannis. Looking for something to add.
Yeah, we are going to add Lillard 6 plus assists.
Damian Lillard, 6 plus assists.
I mean,
Brings us
this is
to
correlated. I
164.
do think like
Oh,
Lillard
yeah.
should be able to find Giannis a lot in this game, and we are adding last leg 20 plus points for Zach LaVine.
20 plus for Zach LaVine. Going back to that. You must
Yeah,
like
I
it.
don't see like how can they like stop.
All right, we go in with this.
Let me just check something quick.
Sure.
Just quick check for this one. Kobe White. Interested in his threes.
So far, 4 plays, not quite finished yet. Giannis 30 plus points, Giannis 10 plus rebounds, Lillard 6 plus assists, and LaVine 20 plus points. Maybe another leg.
Yeah, let's
see.
add Kobe White 2 plus threes.
All right. Last leg, 2 plus threes for Kobe White gives us 358.
Yep.
A lot to go through here, so I'll leave you to it.
Yeah, I'll just open prop managers. Like there's not like I can't do much for Giannis. No need to do much for this at all. Like Giannis, the best like rim finisher probably ever, and 71% of his points at the rim. The Bulls allowed them by far historic number, by far the most points at the rim. They are fourth worst transition defense. Giannis kills them in transition. Like that's more than enough for this one. Earlier this season, he scored 38 against them in a loss. Don't think they change much. They can't do anything. Like there's no way for them to defend.
They got nobody to do a job.
Yeah. Also rebounds. Bulls allowed the third most rebounds in the league. He covered 10 plus in all but one game against the Raptors, which was a weird game. So Giannis' part is there. When you look at the Damian Lillard, covered this 6 plus assist in all but one game against the Nets, which was also a weird game on back to back. 8 assists against the Bulls, 19 potential assists in that game. Bulls allowed the most assists in the entire league. They're getting killed by like he just need to pass to the Giannis and that's it. So that part is there. Zach LaVine, 20 plus. When he gets 30 plus minutes, he crashing this line this season. So he scored 20 plus in 8 out of 11. 25 against the Bucks. Yeah, like transition scoring, pick and roll scoring, spot up scoring, all three big issues for the Bucks. Bucks allow a lot three. They allow sixth most threes. He scores like 50% of his points from threes. Yeah, they just don't have anything to stop Lavin. And the last part is Kobe White. Threes, his volume is absolutely incredible on threes. Season high 7 threes against the Bucks. Covered this in 10 out of 12 games. In the game that he didn't cover, he was 0 from 9 against the Thunder. He was 7 from 13 against this same Bucks team. They struggle with threes, and he should be able to score a lot. Like they're defending spot up and transition poorly, and about the break three poorly, drop coverage in pick and rolls. So yeah, he should be able to score this easily. Yeah, I know it's a lot, but we are getting good price on a game that could probably be like 250 points, and this is then a high probability of covering.
All right, so there we go. The official bet, 5 legs, plus 358. It's actually, well, it's plus 359 now, so even better price for when it was given out. But plus 358 at FanDuel for that one. Let's hope to get a very high-scoring game and a lot of marquee players doing their jobs in this one. Let's move on to the next game on the slate. We've got the Pelicans against the Cavaliers. Tough one to discuss, I'd say, with a 13.5-point spread. I want to talk about yesterday's game.
Yeah.
What?
Let's talk about yesterday's game.
Of
the
course.
Best game of the season.
Let's talk about yesterday's game. The Celtics and the Cavaliers. Outstanding game. Finished 120 to 117 for the Boston Celtics. Key stories, I guess, from the game. Darius Garland goes 3 of 21 after we kind of sung his praises yesterday. A couple of chatters mentioned that Garland shit the bed yesterday. If it was from D-Dot, Bobby Turner said Garland probably missed the bed when he went to lay down. Awful. Yeah, you got that Garland performance. You got a really good night from Donovan Mitchell, 35 points. Good night from Evan Mobley. And you lose to the Celtics by 3. One of the leans yesterday was Al Horford over. Unfortunately, we didn't take it because he had 20 points in this one. But big night from Tatum, 33 points. Celtics, they do enough here. What were your thoughts in the game?
So I went kind of. I think I nailed everything on this one. I went even publicly against people betting 6.5 for the Celtics, and I'm feeling really good about it. Even better than the final score is showing. First off, Mitchell was scored 35 points, but on 29 field goal attempts. So it's not like he had some crazy game. He shot 53% through shooting, which is way below his standards. So I would say like he had a great game for a playoff environment, and that for sure was a playoff environment. The physicality of defenses were like it's like game 6 for the playoffs. Maybe not on the Cleveland to start, but second half was way better. I would say huge positives for the Cleveland in this game. I tweeted stuff like they played 85 minutes to Jerome, Craig Porter Jr. and Niang. Niang was defending Tatum like for the half the game, and Celtics didn't miss from 3. Like they made 54% of their threes, and most were like step back threes, like a lot of step back threes. So if I'm Cleveland, I'm feeling great. They are missing 4 like big rotational guys. Like they didn't have Levert, Wade, Okoro, and Max Strus, and they went away, almost beat the Celtics. So I think the huge positive, like they played great on defense. They were like letting Tatum find mismatches and do step back threes. He just hit them. This was the game where he just was doing great. But on the show, I mentioned like the problem with Boston Celtics paint defense. They were allowing 4th most points in the paint prior to the last game. And last night we saw Cleveland were 30 out from 47 in the paint. So they made 30 field goals in the paint.
Yeah,
so that's
60 points in the paint. yesterday.
Yeah,
Nice.
64%. They shot 64%. So 60 points in the paint will be the most in the league of any team.
Wow.
Like even not like the Bulls, who are terrible, allow less points in the paint and
Hmm.
less percentage. So yeah, I think this is a huge issue for the Boston, and it showed last night. And I think Mobley, when he got on the crazy run in the third, when they were switching smaller guys on him and feeding him, I don't know why they stopped doing that in the fourth. But that was a god awful. Like they scored every possession when they went to him, and they went away from it in the fourth. Probably due to Mitchell being some hero ball, but won't to talk too much about it. But I was really enjoying the game, and I can speak on it for like talk on it for like 30 minutes for sure.
Yeah, great game. I love when a regular season game has the playoff environment, as you said. You definitely don't get enough games like this, but I think both teams wanted this to be a statement piece. Both teams wanted to, like the Celtics wanted to prove they're the best team in the East. The Cavaliers wanted to prove the same, keep their unbeaten run going. So enjoyable. This is what you want out of regular season basketball. I mean, it was close, but I wish I'd done more with the spread there because I mentioned the spread should probably be 3 for this one. 5 was a
Yeah.
bit too far out, but it is what it is.
It
Cavaliers,
ended up. I actually took a bet at 7.5, like 5 minutes before the game. It
wow.
moved all the way to 7.5.
I
So
was sleeping. My
yeah,
I
that
bet for me I bet in the morning and the rest of the day I work and I just absolutely grind. So man,
yeah,
that one passed me by. About 7.5 I would have probably had to take, but
yeah.
I don't want to pat victory lap
Yeah, I
somebody I
think
didn't even
it
bet
moved
here.
to 7.5 when they announced Sam Merrill as a starter, which
Ah,
is yeah,
well,
yeah.
I,
I think it
that's
was a decent decision, but they went away from it in the second half. He didn't play because no George Young was great, which is
yeah. He went
interesting. But
plus 15
yeah,
off the
he
bench.
was yeah,
The
and
Cavs bench
even the
had
guy
negative
like
plus minus.
Craig
Celtics bench is
Porter,
bad.
like yeah. Overall, at the halftime, dude, like all the tweets on like give the championship to the Celtics already. These Cleveland Cavaliers are
Wow.
fraud. 50 record was fraud. Like, come on, guys. Like this, like Cleveland Cavaliers are a great team. Like probably like second best to the Boston. Or if, like we didn't see much of healthy Thunder, but I would say like currently third best team in the league, and they can compete with both Celtics and
Yeah.
the Thunder. Yeah,
Cleveland should come away from this one thinking they had guys missing and they're in the mix in Boston here. There's a lot to be excited about, I'd say,
yeah.
even with the loss. As for this game, going back to the Pelicans game here, is there anything betting wise you want to talk about, or should we move on here?
Move on.
Move on.
The
Yeah.
last night was an embarrassing game for the Pelicans against the Dallas. Like, yeah, they are down so many players, but Dallas played like with 50% of their effort and blow them out off by 40.
Yeah,
So
it's sad with
embarrassing.
the injuries for the Pelicans, but that was a pretty brutal one. 4-11. I mean, this team just
Now we're
is
back
never
to
going to be
back against
healthy.
these Cleveland Cavaliers. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Ugly, potentially. Speaking of
yeah.
ugly, this one could get there as well. The Thunder host the Portland Trailblazers as 12.5 point favorites. Is there anything you can comment on here?
I don't know. I think this shouldn't be like 12 plus 12.5. Thunder on second night of back to back. They were really hunting down the Spurs last night and lost. They played god awful.
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean, though we thought it could
yeah,
get ugly.
we
No
didn't see
Wemby
that.
in this
Like
in the
we
Spurs
didn't see
one.
that coming. I will admit I overestimated the Thunder. They honestly don't have. They honestly have like two decent players right now. Like they have a bunch of role guys that's great players,
Mhm.
but like two main guys, if they don't have it, like if I don't know how to even explain it, but when the ball comes to the Caruso or Dort or anyone else on the team, and they need to do something with it, it was terrible last night. If they are just spot up shooting when Shea passes from doubles, they are great at it, and they will defend the shit out of the on the other side. But when they're forced to do something with the ball, like Caruso was last night, he was terrible. We
Yeah, he's
often praise Caruso
1-7.
a lot on the show. He's absolutely disaster this season on the offensive end. He averaged 4 points a game, shooting 29% from the field and 80% from three. He's a real problem on the offense. He's unplayable right now. Like I don't think he's this player, but currently he's unplayable on the offense, but which was huge trouble. Like Dort look at the numbers, it looks great because he's shooting spot up threes wide open because they double so much Shea and J Dub. But when he needs to do something with the ball, it's painful. Like so, yeah, they miss Chet a lot,
Yeah.
and they miss him on defense, but they miss him on offense as well a lot. So,
They have no
uh,
big. They don't have a big. Like,
so we have Kamara defending Shea. Kamara is one of the best defensive players in the league, which is probably not something most people know. But Kamara is absolutely amazing on defense. They will collapse on them, and they will make them make threes. And on second night of back to back, threes usually don't fall that. And on the other side, Simons is back. Sharp is playing out of his mind lately. They have Klingon, they have Rob Williams to bother Shea and J Dub on the drives. Kamara will make some threes. Grant is there. I don't think this is 12.5, man. Like I really struggle seeing it 12.5.
are you
Uh,
advocating for a Blazers spread bet? Is that a lean?
it's a lean. I can bet this like team, but I lean there. I mean,
Okay.
they won three in a row. They won twice against the Wolves, and they won against the Hawks. So, and that's with Rob Williams, Time Lord being there. Like, so 3 games he's back, and they win 3 games in a row. I think he's unbelievable. Like Time Lord is when healthy is one of the highest impact players in the league. We often praise like Jonathan Isaac, who is absolutely amazing, like high impact player, but Time Lord is maybe even better. So it's absolutely big deal for him. And Aiton is out, so Portland is now a better team when you have like Time Lord playing over Aiton. Winning impact is like massive thing
That's
for
fine.
the
You're
Portland.
correct. It's just funny that Aiden's injured, so they're better.
Yeah,
That's
I
that's
mean,
sad.
no Aiton is more means the Time Lord, and that's huge for this team.
Oh,
Like, yeah,
and Klingon. And
imagine like if you have like Aiton defending pick and rolls with Shea and Time Lord, like that's universe apart.
yeah,
Like,
there's a difference there.
yeah, like a big one. And
And
on the
offensive
offensive end,
efficiency too. You don't get Aiton's inefficient offensive style. Yeah. It is
yeah,
a shame he can't
you
stay
don't
healthy.
get a bunch of middies.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, yeah.
Exactly what I'm saying. That's a funny way to put it. So unofficial bet, a lean on the Blazers spread there.
So
But
I just want like this a bit of talking about this one, just to compare the rosters. So we have Shea and Jalen, J-Dub, which are the best players of the court, blah blah. But then you have Cason Wallace, Dort, Wiggins, Caruso, Kendrick Williams, great role players. But on the other side, have Simons, Sharp, Top Camara, Jeremy Grant, and Time Lord, Avdia. Like this should be like on second night of back to back. This would be like 6.5 spread. So yeah, no bets there, but I do lean like heavily onto the spread on the Portland Trailblazers.
okay, interesting spot there for the Blazers. We're ready to move on. I think where we have
Yeah,
this is a weird one. The Sixers, who I want to actually spend some time on here, 2.5 point favorites away at the Memphis Grizzlies. Memphis Grizzlies were a bit of a meme with their injury reports. It's getting better. Vince Williams might be coming back soon, which is big. He was fantastic last season. Still no
he
John
played
Morant,
last night. He played last night.
so he probably won't play today.
He's doubtful to play today because it's back to back, but he played last night.
Yeah, he's a good player. Anyways, he's not playing. No Marcus
Yeah.
Smart, no Marcus Smart, no John Morant, no Zach Edey still. But the 76ers, wow, this is a mess. And they're 2.5-point favorites here. So big stories came out yesterday. The word that's being used a lot, or the words being used a lot, is the elephant in the room. Apparently, Tyrese Maxey called out Joel Embiid for continuously showing up late to team events, practices, meetings, whatever it is. This is unraveling very quickly here, and a lot of the blame right now is starting to fall towards the coaching with Nick Nurse. The thing about Nick Nurse as a coach, he's a fantastic basketball tactician, but he's not, absolutely not, a man management type of guy. He's not the guy that keeps the locker room together. He's not the guy that's building morale. That falls very heavily on the players and the leadership figures in the team to do so. So, for instance, his time in Toronto, you have amazing guys like Kyle Lowry in the locker room, like the best Kyle Lowry. Van Vliet was doing a fantastic job, which kept the team together amid struggles. For the 76ers, you've got your leadership figures are Joel Embiid, who apparently can't be bothered to show up on time for things, and Paul George, who I could definitely see rubbing people the wrong way. So this is a mess. This is an absolute mess. Definitely need a good assistant coach or vet for the locker room. Agree with Fries. I know they've got Kyle Lowry here, but like the leadership guys here, this is a problem.
I would say the Nurse needs offensive coach.
Yeah,
They look awful, and I never liked his offense like for years, but I do like his defensive like
his
stuff.
offense is very like ISO heavy. He
Yeah,
relies quite heavily on a guy to draw attention, be it Kawhi or
yeah,
be it for a
that's
while
not the
Siakam.
offense you want to play in 2024 because teams can't really do well against that. We saw like Orlando Magic swarm them completely. But I don't think they win tonight. They are covering tonight. Tyrese Max is probably back tonight. They have Kane playing
Oh, is he
well.
back? Okay,
They
you know
have,
what? I didn't realize. I didn't realize he was questionable. His status
yeah,
is out, but he's questionable. You know what? I did not
yeah,
notice that.
yeah. If Max is back, they should win this. Like the Memphis is on the second night of back to back. They are shorthanded, like they are shorthanded in the second night of back to back. So yeah, I think if Sixers lose tonight, oh man, this will be like really. This is like playoff game for them. Like emergency is right there.
Thing is, like Embiid's still playing poorly, um, and
I would
doesn't
say
look motivated. Oh, there's no numbers up for the
he
Sixers.
is playing poorly, but to be honest, he came back against Jonathan Isaac and Bam Adebayo. Like probably two toughest matchup for him in the entire league.
I suppose.
Uh, and yeah, so he's playing poorly, but the schedule didn't do him any favors. Like when you come back, you need some like Pistons game or Raptors game for a bigs to like get into the groove. Uh, and he got to the most difficult matchup on the East. So tonight, another difficult matchup against Jaren Jackson Jr. So like he's playing the DPOs back to back to back. But if Max is back, they win this one. They must win. Like
I don't know,
sense of
man. This
urgency. Like they must win. Like
I, there's a fire going off in that locker
yeah.
room. Maybe this is the statement win that you're thinking.
Satan's win, emergency meetings and stuff. Like they are like fire in the house. Like if you lose this
There's already
against
a
Memphis
fire.
without Morant and second night of back to back, damn, like
I
that will be real painful.
I don't think Embiid's the type of guy to put down a statement game to prove people wrong. I don't know. I feel like he's the type to not give a shit. I think he wants to throw gas in this fire in a way. This is not betting handicap or anything, but Joel Embiid does not strike me as the guy who's gonna, show up and have a great game to put all this shit to bed. Same with Paul George. I mean, Paul George maybe, but he's not playing well enough to have a statement game right now. He
Paul
can't
George is a bit overrated at this point of
he
his
can't make
career.
any shots. He's on
Yeah,
max contract, so his year
he
38
he's
season. He's under
like
40% from the field.
I think that 1 year at the Thunder kind of screwed the image of Paul George for people. He's not your number one guy on a team, and he's not even good. He's not even great in second second guy. He can create his own shots. I don't know if it's injuries or stuff, but he can beat anyone
He's
off the
old.
dribble. So I mean, yeah, he's almost 35. So yeah, I think I
He
don't see like
falls into the category of
Maxi need to play like unbelievably good for them to succeed this season.
exactly. And are you suggesting he just shows up and starts doing it today? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you're convincing me off the Memphis spread, but God, do I lean that direction for this game? I don't know.
Yeah.
It'll be, you know what? It'll be a good conversation to look
They
at
don't have
tomorrow.
any lines for
No.
the 76ers, so I won't bet anything.
Yeah.
Let's move
to
to the one interesting game. That's Knicks and Suns.
next up.
I'll have a bet here. I'll bet Jalen Brunson over 26.5 points.
Okay. He's been
I don't know
struggling a
if
bit
it's
this
available.
season,
I don't
but
know if it's available here. Yes, it
minus
is.
122.
But
Let's see.
there are better
elsewhere.
numbers elsewhere. So bet Jalen Brunson over 26.5.
Jalen Brunson over 26.5. Yeah, there's a lot of prices less than this out there. So shop around. I'm
It was
seeing minus
25 and a
150,
half.
minus
So it
160,
moved.
minus 112. A lot of stuff.
It was 25.5. It moved. I like it here as well. I think it will close 27 juiced on the over, maybe even 28. Probably 27, 2 points of the opening. This is like the Bucks playing drop coverage is probably the best matchup in the league, and then the Suns playing drop coverage and allowing this kind of shots is probably the second best matchup in the league. I'll walk you through some numbers
Yeah.
so
Please do.
he played the first game of the season. He played like funnel for the pick and roll ball handlers, and that's Boston. He ended up with 22 points in 25 minutes, huge blowout. We all saw it. Like we saw that game. Yeah. Then next game, he scored 26 points against another funnel for point guards, for pick and roll ball handlers. Huge blowout again. So he was on the way to cover both first game of the season in good matchup, second game of the season in good matchup. Then he played terrible matchups, Cavs and Miami. They take everything away from pick and roll ball handlers. Another good spot for pick and roll ball handlers, Pistons, easy smash. I don't know what happened in this game against the Hawks. Probably some Dyson Daniels magic there. But then again played Pacers, good matchup, covered against the Bulls. But this was a smash spot. He ends up on 24, misses the shot to go over in the last possession, and then again good spot against the Wizards, blowout, 26 points in a blowout, no minutes in the fourth. So it's a lot of blowouts, and in a spot where he was supposed to cover. Suns allowed second most to pick and roll ball handlers, and they allowed a ton of these like short mid-range to mid-range shots where Brunson excels. Like this is a great spot for him. Last season, different coach, but same defensive coverage. He scored 35 and 50 against the Suns. I just think this is like you can't look at this number. It's like a perfect matchup for him. We saw Fox, DeMar DeRozan killing them. So Doncic scored 40 when he was healthy. Like it is just a great spot for uh, ball handlers who have the ball all the time and who pull up. The pull up is the way for them to score. So that's just it. Like in the last couple of games, like this one, 12 points against the Blazers, against the Nets, they doubled the shit out of him. So some teams like Miami and Cleveland also do this, two on the ball. So tonight, when they let him in single coverage against drop Nurkic inside, and no real defensive players to stop Brunson. So yeah, I do think this is a good spot for Jalen.
There we go. Jalen Brunson over 26.5 points. I found it a few spots, minus 115. Or I even found better than that out there. So shop around for this one. It got blasted on FanDuel. It's already at 27.5, minus 108. But the prices are out there at the 26.5 number. Live viewers, get yourself the best price. That's why you got to watch the show live. And if you're watching live right now, 3 official picks already. Make sure you guys like the episode if you are tailing, and if you are enjoying, subscribe for shows like this every weekday morning. 2 more games to go through, starting with the Hawks and the Golden State Warriors. Golden State off to a great start this season, -8 on the spread in this one. Do you have anything? We've been fans of Jalen Johnson, on the show this season. You like the Hawks? They're 7-8. They've been playing well. I'm feeling good about my over. What do I have? 35.5, 36.5 on them this season that I gave out. 36.5. Feeling decent about that. How do you feel about them in tonight's matchup, though?
Not great. The reason is I'll show you guys. Like they have terrible matchup for the Hawks. Hawks allow 26, fifth most spot up threes, 30, the dead last, so the most points to pick and roll ball handlers. They struggle with transition defense, and they allowed the most 3-point attempts. And they also allowed the most 3 points above the break, overall the most 3 points. Guess who is another team? Steph Curry, Buddy Hield, and a bunch of great shooters. This is like, when you look at the matchups, this would probably the ugliest one so far this season for the Hawks. And when we think with Warriors, they move the ball a lot. They have their scheme offensive that's like just next guy and a lot of all-ball movement. I don't see it. Like I see Dyson Daniel maybe can do something to bother Steph, but with so much movement, they and Capella being in there, like I don't see it. How like offensively, also like the Trey Young is their best player. He's facing the team third best against pick and roll ball handlers, second best in transition. They score a ton in transition. These Hawks. Trey Young scoring almost 50% above the three. They are second least above, allowing second least above the three. Like tough matchup for the half. Like the worst you can get like in the league.
Does that give you an incentive to place a wager on this one?
Yeah, I'm not betting it. I don't know if I like. I really low what the Golden State is doing this season so far, but I don't think they are this good. They just didn't play that great of teams so far. So I don't buy into this. Like they are like by the record they are like third best team in the league. I think like fourth, and they are good, but not this kind of. I don't think so. So no, they're like the. It's just the matchup terrible matchup for the Hawks. So I'm just stating that and moving away. I would bet probably Steph Curry over, but I mean, yeah, but they move ball so much. If Dyson Daniel is like face guarding him entire game, everyone else is in a way better matchup, and then he doesn't need to like force shots. So yeah.
All right, we can move on to the final game on the slate today, which is the Orlando Magic, who have won, I think it's 6 in a row. They're playing against the Los Angeles Clippers tonight. On the road, Magic are 2.5-point favorites. I will say the Clippers are keeping afloat here. They're 8-7 on the season. Any words for this matchup?
I'll say I bet last night. I think under 209 on this one. It's now 206, which is I can't bet by under on that kind of low number. But with Powell being out, Clippers are desperate here for the offensive scoring. They don't have anyone, I mean anyone besides pick and roll of Harden and Zubats. And think with Orlando Magic being the second best defense in the league and not allowing any rim or threes or any pick and roll stuff, yeah, this one will be real rough for the Clippers to score over 100 points. It will be down to some role players making shots, and they don't let them take shots. So Orlando Magic should probably cover this in this one. Unfortunate for the Clippers or for my Harden fanage and Zubats fanage, but yeah, I lean under in Orlando Magic to win because Pavel is huge for this team. He was huge for them, and now he's out. And that's a big hit for already a limited offensive team.
Yeah, makes sense there. We'll end it on that then. No bets in this one. We've got 3 official picks on the show today. We're at a good spot. Let's get to the chat. If you have any bets for the day, if you have any questions for the show, let us know, and we will answer them in this segment now. We'll start off with this one here. We've got Zeliko. You might pronounce this better than me. How would I say that?
Zeljko.
Okay.
That's probably my like Croatian and Serbian name. So
That's
yeah,
why I asked. Yeah, the J kind of made me feel that way. Anyways, they ask about Harden. I believe that is an under 21.5, and I would believe that is the points. I will confirm what the price
yeah,
is.
it's around. So look, man, like Pavel is out. The Harden line is the way it should be, even when if Pavel
Well,
is playing.
it's 22.5 now, actually, this line.
Yeah, it makes sense that he's playing the best defense in the league. But look, points need to come from somewhere, and I'm feeling if they just I don't see why should they should allow Harden to play his ISO game. That's my approach. Like, don't let these guys score. Otherwise, like you don't want to give wide open threes for the players that can dribble the ball. Like you're okay with Harden attacking good defensive players in single coverage and scoring points while limiting everyone else. I think that should be the approach. If you take a look at some numbers, uh, the look where the Orlando Magic defense great. They are great in spot up and handoffs, but they are average in isolation, average in free throws, and below average in pick and roll ball handler. So they kind of like to give players like Harden, they get his and stop everyone else. We saw LaMelo Ball 35 points. I don't know if there's anyone similar playing this team. Shea had 21, but it was a pink blowout. Yeah, there is no one similar to this. They did stop Devin Booker, which is interesting. So I can bet the under. Like if you take a look at this, everything suits the Harden play type, and there is no Pavel. And without Pavel, they can only play pick and roll with Zubats, and then Harden is involved in scoring in every single possession.
And we have another one here from Philip NBA asking about Harden under 8.5 assists. So you're not feeling the under on points, but how about the assists?
As I said, Harden will be involved in every single possession as a scorer or creator. Like they can go to the Pavel, they can go to anyone, they can go to the Terrence Mann, they can go to the Derek Jones, uh, Amir Kafi, anyone. Like it's heavy Harden offense. Whenever they score or whenever they score, it's James Harden scoring or James Harden assisting. We can see the
Oh,
last game against the Golden State Warriors. They played the second best defense in the league. He had 16 assists in that game. I do understand. It's great defense. He's playing great defense. He's playing great team that doesn't allow assists. But every shot that comes from will be either Harden or Harden passing to the guy shooting.
we can now move on to the next one from Frankie Rodriguez, asking about Klingon rebounds over 7.5. Says it's minus 130 on FanDuel. I'm just trying to confirm here because this one's pretty heavily juiced in a lot of spots. For Klingon 8 plus, it is minus 130 at FanDuel, which is very close to the best in the market. How do you feel about Klingon's line today on rebounds?
I actually looked into this. I like it. I just think the upside is pretty clear for Time Lord in this one. Uh, I didn't have the open. Just a second. I'll open it for. Let me just find the game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Klingon. So his rebounds, he averaged 5.6, uh, 5.6 hit, but Thunder are leaking rebounds. Like they are allowing the most rebounds in the league. Last two games, he had 12 and 8, and then game against the Wolves, which is difficult matchup for rebounds, he had 6. So I do think I lean over this because Thunder don't have anyone, don't have bigs. And Klingon will still play drop coverage. I don't think he will care much for J-Dub shooting threes in this one. So he'll stay inside. And yeah, I do think this is a decent spot. I don't like the price. I think it's minus 130 in rebounds. But overall, I do lean over.
Okay, so perhaps a good spot if you'd like to take the juice there. We have another one from Jelko who says Trae Young under 23.5 points is what he wants or they want to look at. Just trying to get the price on that, but any comment for Trae Young under 23.5? I see minus 120, minus 115 available.
Yeah, that one does make sense. I hope Jalen Johnson is playing. That will help. This one, yeah, but I do. Yeah, this is good spot. The Golden State Warriors just defending the shit out of stuff Trae Young scores in. So Trae Young scores the most for his points above the break three. They are second best defense there. They are third best against pick and roll ball handlers, and they're fourth overall. They don't allow like yeah, just a difficult matchup for Trae Young. And we've seen in the last game, he was playing Kings. They also doubled him. He only scored 7 points, so he was passing the ball, and this should be the case again tonight as well.
Next one, Jerry We the Best wants your opinion on Devin Booker over 26.5 points. A reminder, if you could make it a bit easier, you could put the price in as well. But I'll just quickly look it up here. It's minus 115, minus 120. FanDuel has it at 27.5, actually. How do you like this play?
No Beal, no Booker. Last season, same game, same matchup. Not same matchup, but similar matchup. He played the Knicks
You mean
without
no Beal,
Beal
no
and
Durant,
Booker.
you mean?
Yeah, no Durant. Sorry, guys. Last season he played the same matchup, similar. He played the Knicks away without KD and Beal. He scored 28 points, shooting 10 from 25 from the field. Uh, I did see Knicks double Cam Thomas last game, which is concerning for betting over in this one. Before the show, I rewatched the game last season. This one where he scored first game where he scored 28 without Beal and KD. The Knicks did double him almost every time he touched the ball. So I don't know what we can expect from tips in this one, but I will expect them to double Booker. And if they don't, they are idiots because supporting cast is just not there. You need to take away Booker from this game, otherwise you are playing with the food. Before seeing the doubles, I really love the Devin Booker over points because every guard that can pull up killed the Knicks so far this season. But if they do send the doubles, I mean, defended by OG Anunoby and then doubles coming in, one of the toughest spots you can face. So I will stay away only because I don't like if you bet the player like you have that, like you lean, like let's say you think this wins 60% of the time on this line, and there
Yeah.
is a possibility they double and blitz him entire game. So if there is like 50% chance they double him, when they double him, he's staying under this line, like more often than not. So it really bothers your long-term win percentage. So I will stay away.
Makes sense. Jake in I never know how to say this. I'll say Jake asked for Draymond over 6.5 assists at plus 112, thinking it's a high scoring game at home. Draymond has been getting more assists since Melton went out. It's true.
Yes, but I mean, yeah, I don't know how much they played through him. Uh, he only covered this in 4 out of the 10 games. He did face Rockets and the Clippers, which is in Boston.
Well,
When
he's mentioning the games where Melton's been out as well.
Yeah, I don't think that matters, honestly.
Okay.
Like, I don't think that's a big deal. Melton, like, he's not playmaking for them. He's spot up guy for them mostly. So I do lean over because it's a game where playing Hawks, who are a great matchup. But I think 6.5 would be a good line here. Plus money helps, but I'm doing a lot of stay away from kind of bets.
Yeah.
But
Well, I mean, you're not
if
betting
I like
everything.
it, I will probably bet it myself. Which is I'll say the last show I almost said for every bet that was decent
Yeah, you
and
liked
that
it.
I lean over. This one sometimes it's
It is what it is.
yeah.
If you don't, they ask for your opinion. If you don't like, maybe they'll help them. Maybe
Yeah.
it's bet. Maybe they shouldn't take, or maybe they feel strong they bet anyways. But it's good to get a second opinion. BRB wants that second opinion on Anthony Simons under 18.5 points at minus 115 odds, and is also going to look at sharp over later in the day if the price is right. But for Anthony Simons, would you take an under 8.5 at minus 115?
I would. The thing is, he scores all of his points as a pick and roll ball handler, which is not even like thinking about this against the Thunder, who are by far the best defense against this. But last couple of games, he kind of went off ball and scores some threes of the spot up, which is the Thunder like funnel for threes and spot up, which is kind of interesting. So I don't know. He is questionable with illness. So if he's playing through illness, this is not a good. This is a good spot to bet the under. Uh, yeah, I do like the under here. Yeah, I do like the under.
There you
I don't
go.
think Sharp. Yeah, I like the under. I don't think Sharp takes like ball handling stuff. Avdia moved to the bench, so no ball handling from Avdia as well. Scoot is on the bench, limited minutes now, so like he'll be on the ball a lot. And I've been on the ball against the OKC is a huge under spot. So I
Yeah.
like Simons under.
Last one here from Fries. They ask about Josh Hart over 12.5 points, be based on the Miles McBride injury. I'm actually seeing this one available at 11.5 at minus 120 as well. But this is a bit all over the place on my 12.5 and 11.5. Do you like Josh Hart's over?
11.5 probably, but I'm not a guy that's usually betting on Josh Hart's of the league. Tough to me to see any reason besides hit rate for this one, especially in a matchup where like the league points to the main pick and roll ball handlers, high usage guys on the ball. They limit corners. They limit role players to some degree. They limit transition. They limit spot up. Yeah, this is not a great matchup for him, but overall, line is looking poorly set. Like
At
he
11.5.
killed this line in like 11 out of 14 and average 13.7, and now there is no McBride as well. So yeah, I will lean over because of the numbers, but matchup wise, there is nothing there. Like so.
Fair enough. So we'll end it there. Hour into the show. Seems to be like we almost accidentally, we don't aim for this, but we seem to end every show right around 1 hour. So a good time to finish off here. If you did enjoy the show and you're tailing the bets, make sure you hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. As long as there are NBA games on weekdays, me and Pips are here talking about them at 9:45 a.m. Eastern Time on the Board YouTube channel, presented by the FanDuel Sportsbook. Let's go to the official picks for today. Here is your recap. We have two straight up player props here and also one big SGP. The first of the two player props is Tyrese Halliburton under 18.5 points. We had it minus 125. If you find it minus 130 or better, you can play it at that. It has moved. We understand that, but live viewers, I saw it in a few spots at this price. So live viewers get the best prices. They get to watch. They watch live. They give us the big support. They get the best prices. So if you're ever watching late, try to catch us live when you can. The big SGP is in the Bulls-Bucks game. It's half unit, as always, for big SGPs. Giannis Antetokounmpo, 30-plus points and 10-plus rebounds. Damian Lillard, 6-plus assists. Zach LaVine, 20-plus points. And Kobe White, 2-plus three-pointers made. We took that for plus 358 at FanDuel. And the final play, Jalen Brunson against Phoenix, over 16.5 points. We found that for minus 115. If you can get that minus 125 better, you should be fine there, as this one is moving in some spots as well. But a minus 115 was widely available at a number of books when that was given out. So that is the play. That is the slate. Those are the plays for today. Again, we appreciate everyone watching. We hope to have a winning day here where we'll recap, coming back here tomorrow for a smaller slate, 4 games. So, Thursdays tend to have some smaller amount of games. 4 is a good amount to work with. We'll see you there hopefully tomorrow on the Board YouTube channel, presented by FanDuel.